Hey folks, I'm Mike. Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I like? Patreon.com/Inkdependence. It keeps this blog ad-free. Hello folks, welcome to inkdependence.com, and today I've got two pens to share with you, and they come in these cool boxes. I'm just going to look at one. In fact, I'm going to look at this one. So this comes from Matthew Martin right here, Matthew Martin Custom Pens, and these are real cool. I met Matthew in, it was Atlanta of last year, so 2018. So you open up this box and it has these nice fitted foam liners inside. Inside the top liner, you'll find this fun thing, which actually tells you all about this pen. So this particular pen is in the OG. This is the original series, number 1. This is number 58. All of these pens are actually one of a kind. He only has like a particular body style and shape, and then the rest of it is all individual. So this one was made in July of this year, 2019. It is copper and titanium. It's smooth. It's ballpoint compatible. It's metal and bent titanium clip. And so this has instructions and these sorts of things here. It has warranty information and all that sort of jazz. And then it has how you fill stuff. So this particular one is a ballpoint, and it'll work with ballpoints or gels, and he included both in this one. And it actually has this adapter so that you can use a Parker-style refill in there. So to do that, you stick the adapter in, you stick the refill in, put the spring on, and away you go. So that's pretty good. Without the adapter, it fits things like the G2 gels and stuff like that. So it's nice that this pen is so adaptable to your needs, and it's cool that he made an adapter and stuff for this. So Matthew is a really excellent fabricator. He does some very cool tooling and such on these pens, and so he gave me a couple of these to show off because I was like, man, I want to show people your pens because these things are kind of like works of art. Go check out the Pen Addict, actually, if you want to see some more. He's got like a totally smooth one. And Matthew said, well, I don't have what I want to show you here, or what I want you to show off here at this show, so let me go home and I'll send you some. So he sent me two. This one's a fountain pen. This one's a rollerball, ballpoint sort of situation. Let's look at this one first because this is the one we looked at the packaging for. So this is all copper right here. And actually, if you look at the end of the box, it has all this information too. Copper, titanium, and all the rest of this stuff here. So this one is fairly heavy. It comes in at 30 grams, so fairly heavy, but not unwieldy, I don't think. It has a nice bent titanium clip, very sturdy, good pocket retention there, goes on very easily because of this kick out. The ends here are titanium, and man, you can't even feel the seam between the two metals. It's really nice. There's a little bit of a step here. It's not totally cylindrical. The cap is a little bit bigger than the body, but otherwise, pretty uniform shape. Opening it up, you have this titanium section, and let me tell you, how cool is this thing? This is a pen that I show people when they're like, yeah, I'm not really a pen guy. Let me see what you got. I show this one. Look at that cool spiral action. This actually is super comfortable on the fingers. I really like the way this feels. It's not jagged or anything at all. It doesn't have any particular, it's got a texture. It's got these little lines, but it just really helps you really hold on to that. And this has that G2 refill in there. You open this guy up like this, and there's that G2. There's the spring. There you go. There you go. So screw it back together. It is got a lot of spring pressure there, which is good because you're not going to have any tip wiggle or anything. I haven't got any tip wiggle or rattle. I tried out both refills in here. Totally silent, nice fit, no problems at all. Just a little bit on the heavy side. So there you go. All right, so that's one of them. The other one is this, and this is straight up titanium, just one stick of titanium that he has worked. This only weighs in at 18 grams, so very nice for writing and that sort of thing. You see there's a lot of weight taken out here because of these little fins that he's carved into it, which feel very nice. A little bit of a conical end there, and some less thick fins up here. Opening it up, you have another one of his section designs, which is this cool ridged version. There you go. You can hear a little bit of that. There's a little fingernail on that. He uses number 6 size Yovo nibs. These are, this is unmarked. I imagine sooner or later he's going to be getting these directly, and he's going to be engraving them or something with his own design, maybe an MCM logo of some kind, but as yet, unmarked. So inside here, this is cartridge or converter compatible. There's a converter, just standard international converter. We all know how Yovo nibs write, which is very nice. And that number 6 size lets you unscrew this whole nib unit and put in whatever you like. So say you've got like one of my wife's SIGs or something like that, no problem. I wouldn't eyedropper this because it's metal. I mean, it's titanium, so it shouldn't be very reactive, but like, I wouldn't do it. Oh, also, I guess I should say on the inside, let's see if we can see in the inside here. Let me grab a flashlight right quick. I don't know if you can see very well. There's actually a fair amount of metal taken out of the inside of this too, as for like weight reduction. See, there's actually a little bit of a ring there, but past that ring, it's also hollow. That ring just like holds that converter in there to keep it from rattling, which I think is a very nice thing because a lot of times you'll get metal pins and that sort of thing, and if they don't have that, you know, with a lot of a rattle in the inside as the converter will like move from side to side. None of that on here. And actually in the copper pen, you've got that kind of weight reduction as well. Let me open this guy up real quick. Then, boom. So yeah, a little bit of that inside. So he's done a lot of machining on these pens, and they're both very nicely made. He has some really bonkers designs that have like it'll switch from titanium to zirconium to, you know, other things in the progress of the body. He has this awesome like hand hammered like dimpled finish on some of them. Go check out his website at mcmpens.com, and man, I think you're gonna like what you see. So there we go. There's more contact information right there. I'll set that card there. So I'm not going to do a writing sample of this one because this is just a Pilot G2 gel. But trust me, it does write very nicely, of course, and you can put whatever refills you like in there if you use that Parker converter. So this one we'll do a little bit of a writing sample with because, hey, why not? Some brief stats on these guys, just since we're talking about that. This is the original. I imagine he's going to have different versions and body styles and that sort of thing in the near future, but this is the original. He uses all kinds of materials like titanium, zirconium, copper, bronze. Bronze is a really nice material. I've got another pen over here that's made of bronze I could show off soon, but bronze is very nice. Specs: 4.94 inches capped, and that's true for both of these actually, since they're the same model of pen, just in different forms. 4.6 inches is the pocket depth, so if you get a clip on this one, it is 4.6 inches. So most of the pen really. Long uncapped, 4.75 and 4.55, depending on whether you're talking about the gel pen or the fountain pen, just because, you know, fountain pens and gel pens are a little bit different. And then titanium weights, as I said, 18 grams there, 30 grams for the copper and TI gel. This is his Instagram at mcm.pens. Go over there and tell him I said hi. The price range on this is $275 to like $700, and everything kind of in between there. I didn't actually ask him what these two are going to cost, but I think they're probably in the $300 or $400 range. The ones that get up in the $700 range are ones that are like all zirconium and things like that, because zirconium is a fairly expensive metal and difficult to work with, so you're picking up some additional cost there. But I mean, these pens are gorgeous, and they're kind of an ooh-ah, really. So let's do a little bit of a writing sample here. Okay, so this pen is the MCM original, and this is a Yovo number 6 nib. My microphone, I'm having a hard time writing here. All right, there we go. Now I can write and talk at the same time, which is important, I suppose, if we're doing a writing sample. Oh, goodness, there we go. Okay, I just had to clear a whole bunch of things by force. Okay, and this ink is Sailor's Soboku, which is a nano pigment ink. Really pretty, and I actually really like it out of this nib. It's very nicely tuned. I don't know if he's doing tuning himself or what's going on there, but this came here out of the box very nice. No problems there. And I mean, I think the length of this pen, if I was going to be a nitpicker, I would say maybe it's a little bit on the short side. We could go a little bit longer, and I think he's got a longer version in the works, maybe. Oh, and I didn't say actually, but you can get these in different modes. So this one actually has a plastic inner cap liner. You can see that black plastic in there. It doesn't line the entire pen. I think it comes up to about here-ish. But that means that when you screw this on, you don't have this like metal on metal feeling. I wonder if this one's the same way. I don't remember if I even looked inside. Nope, this one's just copper on copper. So this one you get a little bit more of a more of a metal sound when you work it. This one is very nice and quiet, which I appreciate. So there you go. This has been Matthew C. Martin's custom pens originals. And I mean, as far as pros and cons and stuff, let's just like go through a quick list because, hey, why not? People like lists. So list of pros, I'm going to say it's got a good weight. This titanium one especially. This one is fairly heavy. When you uncap it, it feels like the weight is kind of right here, so it's nice to write with, and all that weight's pointing down, so it's good. But just overall, it's kind of heavy. It's twice as heavy as this one, right? So that's pretty heavy up there. I would say also the machining and metalworking is beautiful. The fit and finish is great on these pens. I have with no exceptions, and I've seen a bunch of these at different shows and that sort of thing. Also, the flexibility of different nib types and pen types is nice, where you can have gels and ballpoints and that sort of thing, as well as fountain pens. Hooray for fountain pens. And you can get them clipped or unclipped. It's nice that he sent me one version of each, so you can see one of the clips. And he has these, which are sort of, bent metal, but he also has some that are like very nice, hand-finished, engraved, and all kinds of stuff. So there are different kinds of clips available too. Also, I mean, look, I gotta say, these are beautiful. Like, they're real nice. In fact, let's shine this one up with a sunshine cloth real quick, because this is copper, and so it tarnishes fairly quickly, especially with my hands. I'm one of those people that tarnishes copper fairly quickly. You can see I've done this a little bit with some other pens. Get a little bit of a... Come on now. I think that bit was too tarnished. Yeah, it's getting shinier as I go. But anyway, you can clean these up fairly easily if you don't like to have the... There's that tarnish I was getting off there. You can clean these up pretty easily if you don't like the tarnish. I actually like the way it looks. I mean, it smells a little bit like pennies because it's copper. Yep. Fingers smell a little bit like pennies, but that's what you get for using a copper pen. And so the other thing that's cool is that each one of these is a one of a kind. I mean, he does anodizations, he does all kinds of stuff, but they're all individual right now. I mean, maybe later on he'll standardize, but right now, individual, made to like, I don't know, he thinks this is cool, and so he's going to make a pen that looks like that. That's a dope thing to have in a pen. It's one of the things I look for right now, which is people making a thing with their hands that's individual, and be like, look at this one that I have, and you can show me, look at this one that I have, and they're not the same, and that's awesome. So on the con side, I would say, con is that these don't post. It would be kind of nice if they did, if this posted a little bit. I wonder if there's a way you could work it so it like there's like an unobtrusive like screw thread back here or something, because I think posted this would actually be just fine, especially if it posted a little deeper, but no posting, so none of these post. I know a lot of people out there are anti-posting anyway, so no big deal there. Also, they're just a little bit on the short side. I'd prefer them to be just a skosh longer, but the diameter on the grip section is very nice. It's 10 millimeters here at the grip section on both, and I think that's pretty great, so that's perfect for me. And I think the last con is that these are kind of spendy. Like, these are going to be out of the budget for a lot of folks. But, I mean, they're handmade, one-of-a-kind bits of metalworking that you can write with all the time. And, like, they'll last forever. Like, this thing is bomb-proof, man. And look at the thickness of the copper in this cap. Like, it's not breaking. Nothing's happening to this pen. You'll pass this down to your grandkids if you have them. So, taking that into consideration, $275 to $700 if you're getting full-on zirconium and stuff like that. Look, it's an expense, right? But, if you're in that price range, you know what you're going for. So it's a con, but also like not that big of a con. All right. So thank you very much, Matthew, for letting me play with these pens for the last month or so. I've really enjoyed showing them off and showing them to people sort of day to day. And man, I have not had anybody go, nope, those are boring. They're not. They're great. So y'all check them out at MCMpens.com. here and let Matthew know that I sent you, because otherwise he won't. So that's it. Find me on the social medias. I'm at Inkdependence on the Instagrams, and tell Matthew I said hi when you go and peruse his site. I'll see y'all later. Peace out. So after I finished filming, I remember that there was a thing I didn't do, and that was show you these pens alongside other pens. I don't know how I forget a thing like that, but I did. So here you have the two MCM custom pens, the OG ones, next to a bunch of other things of various sizes. So down here, the Shown Designs Pocket 6, the Kaweco Sport, then the two MCM pens. And then the Sailor Pro Gear, this is the standard Pro Gear size. This is the Franklin Christoph 46, the 3776 from Platinum, and then the 823 over here on the bigger side. So you can see these two are definitely sort of medium-sized pens. Let's go ahead and take caps off and that sort of thing so we can see that comparison, because that's what really matters. That's how you're going to be writing with these guys. Okay, so there we go. With the caps off, I think the pens are much more like kind of normally sized. So the fountain pen, it does feel bigger and writes bigger than the Sailor. It's pretty well the same size as the 46. Right there, just a touch shorter than the Franklin Christoph 46, a little bit shorter than the posted versions of the Shown and the Kaweco, because that's usually how people are going to write with those, I imagine. So yeah, this is a perfectly cromulent size for a pen, nice medium size. You can't post it, so it's just going to be that size the whole time. But I think it's a pretty nice size. The Pro Gear is a little bit on the short side for me. This is a regular Pro Gear, not the Slim. You know, it's a little bit longer, just a couple millimeters longer likely, and pretty much the same as the 46, which I think is a perfect size. Actually, might be pretty well identical to a 3776. Yeah, pretty much exactly the same as a Platinum 3776. So if you like the feel of the Platinum, you're going to like the feel of this one too. So, and I do. So there you go. All right, so thanks for sticking around to the end of the video to see this thing that I usually have much sooner. All right, so for real, peace out.